And that's a violence, that's fight. This is literally two MPs at each other's net. Honorable Hassan Tampuli together with Roxy Nelson, the Afenyo-Markin, pushing and pushing, holding each other's clothes as we speak. This is the table that is completely destroyed, that has now been raised. This table, you can see, it's the table that should...
We agreed on 4, we have done 5. Don't you understand?
Na abusuan kane no nka obehu mema mienu so ma ro mo ho anaso me dwom atade no mu gina bonten de omunsa etretro munsa so me mo ho won no na nka ye movie mu ene jatri mu movie Van Damme ano Schwarzenegger mu Rambo ene afofra aka ne omutumi mu mo ho won ya no mu de abani ene entokwa no mo kwa mo bra no magai na ene mentimi ho asibi asi wo Ghana ye mra hye bedwam edom kuma wo ho ene eye majority de abani minority ni majority MPs na wo ho na NDC ene NPP MPs no omo de abani man no nam so tebu a empanifo atopono wo matamfo anima ye interview amanfo wo so no panifo buafu yi tebu no microphone se wo so nyina no ya papa bia sese bia kama na asem no anything abusia ye nyina ye nim de ekoso wo Ghana ye mra hye bedwam appointment committee mpanifo apaw mu se omontrase na ye invite ye Ghana ministers Ghana mampani ya yato ne so aba ye Ura John Dramani Mahama ne mpanifo a one omo eba be ye adwuma wo na ban mu NDC aban mu no ministers ye invite omo toto ma no ene fiti bese na otwe mienu o se ba ko ne nto aso mpanifo ko ye vetting committee mpanifo anim a de ye nimu no ne bisa wo ene yetumi bisa wo yerase nyina no ene Afenyo-Markin ya de fa wo ya de ene yetumi bisa Afenyo mienu NPP ni NDC fu ehia sa na busua adaje enipo se ne da usukun suyi yetoto ano kama na ene ebi akoso so ahu ebi akoso a fiti bese nondu mu ho abepem ene nondu empemu ho baabi fiti anopa na abepem ene numere ene ensam na ye interview amanfo ama chese ye wie ye Wura Kofi Adams ono ne apaw no se omehwe Ghana ya godie hu sensem so ye wie ne interview ni se kridi ana eye chairman oti eye appointment committee no entem anase dwemtrefo echiri mu se nes foforo emra na chese ye sembe interview nipa foforo na eye mpanimfo a eye minority fo echiri mu se dabi ye nyina before kra ye be hye meeting na se ye ne no ye nyina ye gitumu se ene nipa enan pen ye yom ho adwuma mama na toso enum nipa enum na aba yenim ye ma ne ntoso ensia meno nam so mentemi ho ase esiye se aka nipa mienu ye Wura Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa ana eye onabo Akandoh aka nipa mienu ene ye de yom beso se nipa enum amama be ye enson eso enti no monte ase na nka ye interview eno ana edom kuma MPP pani ono kasama MPP ewo mrahye bedwam ye frɛ no Afenyo-Markin zikirim se dabi enya sa na agreement no ye no enya sa nso ne ye call no fi se ya betra no ye wo yire no ye wo ma cheso mbehwe ye nim kakra na ye kwhwe mo nim kakra ya tena sifiti anopa be se no ndu 10 am be pime ne be se 11 ekwo ne 12 so adai de nkoa ne ya yinti be ya anka eye chairman ya otena ote edwamu no anka onponso ni eye other interviews ebekoso ene no enko eye January bosumi edika ne de toso aduasa baako 31st January 2025 year day which is Friday ya anti company fonfa eye interviews too na aka no enko hye eye Friday year day ni anase yesimi ya enso eye majority gire mu se da bi ye ne ye mpanifo ewo parliament enti ase na ene enzo bo wa wo se bo enka se hwewo mpanifo eka se de no mu de bo ani se ne da wo screen so ene nkunwa eye table ewo ho microphones ye de asisi mpanifo anim nyina no ya mutu ye kan nyina butu ya abusuya pawe ni kwhwe ye bokwamna ni mumene musa pepepepepe ni ye de pempem no wo se dan na enye first time ni nso a eye bibi sei esi wo mrahye bedwam se 2020 o se 2018 o se da bei ebi nso esi ni nyina no ye nim de ye kwa chese nya asem ketwa ene ka tuma mentu mrahye bedwam anke ate asempa eye police fo a na wo bia ye ho no ana eko intervene ya ena me ka sei de mpanifo ahye se ye mfa eye vet ni nyina no enkohye say January bosumia edikan ne da etoso aduasa ba ko 31st January 2025 Friday yesimi ye mu ye besimu nsu na bibia no entumi nwie peyo na busua yankasa nche ye nya mu si yankɔhwɛ ye nisu ade emra ye ba ya to asona before be ko video no ede abano mekanfo retakona ede amount se oye digital marketing experts reta ebenam digital business aba amanfo ye binya sika ede go moto mu nso akere okwan no na nso otuma be ye bia be kan busuaku ho fa ne number na da wo screen no so no eno na start plus 32 no foreign number test no WhatsApp no ene ne monko mo beto ne boase akere odwumadie no so mu ode wherever you are, wherever you find yourself obetuma be kan busuaku ho wa bruchire wo achirichiri benche ye obo shift wo ye ho nka adwuma wherever you are ene reta monko visiting website that was screen so no na bibi entumi enimu ebusia yenya musia ne enkomra hye bedwam Ghana Parliament emra.
You are done for the day. Right. You are close. We are not. It's not happening. We are tired. We are compromised. It's enough. We are not doing it. We are not doing this. We are not dancing. It's not happening.
The NDC insists they will vet Samuel Okujo to Ablakwa and Akandoh today. Akandoh has taken his seat, and the NDC say the vetting must go on, and they will not allow any person to proceed and do this on themselves. We should try and speak to more people. And so, Honorable Santampuli, your view is that this vetting must not happen now.
No, I mean, really and truly, anytime we are coming to vet, we have a schedule of the number of nominees who will be vetted each day. All right. Now we have a list of those who will be vetted today. We have exceeded that number, and you are continue to bring more nominees. At what time are we going to work with the list so that it's like an ambush? All right, out of nowhere, they just pull nominees to come to the table for voting.
Well, it's chaos. There's a table. There's an attempt to move some tables from there. They say they're not going to allow that. Honorable. There's a confrontation. Well, the former deputy minister for trade, the former deputy trade and industry minister Ochibefi clashing. This is literally a clash. This is literally MPs involved in fisticuffs, and they say that the vetting process must not happen. There's heightened security. The marshal is himself here in the meeting.
You can't do focus. I don't know. You can also be other way. You can. We will do it, but we are not.
It's a lot of confrontation with a lot of people not willing to do anything. The clerk is trying to organize the space. He's trying to put all the tables together to ensure that things are done appropriately for this vetting to ultimately happen. But the MP say they will not allow that. They try and put things together, and they say that they are not going to allow that. They are not going to allow that. It's a big confrontation. It's a big confrontation. The minority leader himself in the car trying to do this. Honorable Kami Bakwe really confronted and ultimately saying that they are not going to allow that.
More than necessary. Right. Even the candidate nominees that we didn't agree, we have done it. Kofi Adams was not part of the arrangement. We compromised and did it. We agreed on 4. We have done 5. They should understand. What is this? Why? Look, some of them we spend less than 30 minutes on them. We can't do proper vetting with this short time. They should understand this. Otherwise, it will not happen.
Frank Akandoh himself saying this will not happen, and then ultimately a decision would have to be taken in terms of what exactly they would have to do next. As they do this, the time is going, it's 10:14 p.m. and the public is out there watching members of parliament in a scaffold dragging tables, and there's chaos. As you can see, a microphone just raised from the floor. It hit the ground. It has totally been destroyed, and there's a lot more people saying that should not happen. The majority leader currently in dialogue in the middle of the room with the majority and minority leaders and all the other persons. They say this will not happen. This will not happen. See in your shot, the microphone that was damaged, it hit the ground, and this, all this. All this happening right in the middle of all this. Austin Game trying to calm things, and there's a violence, there's a fight. This is literally 2 MPs at each other's net. Honorable Hassan Tampuli together with Roxy Nelson Afenyo-Markin pushing, holding each other's clothes as we speak, and their leaders are trying to separate them, and none of them will allow this to happen, and they've been separated as we speak. But this is chaos. This is a lot of very not so nice scenes as the marshals and other persons try to separate the conflict and the confrontation that is currently ongoing here at the appointment committee, where really not so much good scenes. The 9th parliament is starting on not so good scenes so far. A lot of policemen walking in. Our policemen are walking in. A lot of policemen from the parliamentary protection unit have now walked in, and they are trying to ensure that there is order and there is calm here ultimately for this process to happen. But this table has become the center of attraction with MPs pulling and pushing with a lot of confrontation. Please pick it. Yeah. This is chaos. Well, as you can see, this MP says they will not allow these tables to be, the tables are literally being pushed, where the NDC MPs trying to rearrange the tables. The NPP MPs are not allowing this to happen, and these are really terrible scenes as we are seeing in Parliament, with honorable members right at each other's throats, fighting and pushing and pulling tables, saying that this vetting will not happen, that the pushing and pulling is ongoing. This is chaos. This is chaos right here in Parliament. These are reminiscent of some of the scenes we saw when the Speaker of Parliament was elected in the 8th Parliament. But this time around, this is happening at the Appointment Committee of Parliament. A small group of people trying to have some agreement in terms of what exactly they have to do. And there's absolutely no agreement. This is chaotic. This is chaos. The MPs at each other's throat, they say that this will not happen. The vetting process, they will not allow this to happen, and they have push and pull. The police have been beefed up. There's a lot of policemen now in the building where they're trying to sort out the situation and calm things, but it's chaotic. It's really chaotic with all the things that are happening It's chaos. The table have been turned. It's chaos. It's chaos. It's chaos. It's chaos. The table have turned. More microphones are falling to the ground and things are being destroyed. The table has broken. The table has been broken with all that we are seeing here. It is obvious that this vetting may not happen.
Things that we are seeing are being projected to the rest of the country and to the world. The whole world knows that Ghana has one of the most beautiful and functioning democracies. The Ghana Parliament remains an envy of many parliaments. We've had an election that was so beautiful, the losing side conceded, and the whole world acclaimed us. And you could see that by the number of heads of states who came to witness the transition. So please, please, let us not destroy that image, that enviable image that we have carved for ourselves to the rest of the world as a beautiful, functioning democracy. I am pleading with all sides. I am pleading with all sides. As you can see, we would have continued, but logistically, it is no longer possible to continue. Logistically, the microphones have all been destroyed. And you know that with the microphones destroyed, it will be difficult for the media to carry the proceedings live on their various stations. They may carry the image, but they cannot carry the voice. And vetting is about assessing and evaluating the nominee. As it is now, we in this room may be able to assess and evaluate them by hearing them, but the rest of the country will not be able to do that. The technical staff have closed and they have gone home. And so there's no way, in fact, even if they were here, the destruction of some of the machines here cannot be easily replaced tonight. So for that reason, it is practically impossible to continue with the vetting. So I am pleading with all sides, that we should bring proceedings to an end. And tomorrow, given that the facilities here have been destroyed, by morning we will designate a new location within the House to continue with the vetting of the nominees. But before I end, let me caution everybody that, you see, all of us have supporters out there. All of us need to satisfy our supporters. And so when we are vetting, let's make good use of the time allocated to us so that we can be efficient, we can vet as many people as possible so that we can have the ministers at the various ministries functioning and delivering on the commitments that Ghanaians endorsed at the polls by the way they voted. So I am pleading with members of the committee, and I will have discussions with my colleague, the minority leader, so that we can come to some conclusion on the time allocation and how long we take to vet individual nominees. So please, 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 I am pleading with you. I am pleading with you. I am pleading with you. Because what we have done today, we have seriously damaged our reputation as a parliament. We have seriously damaged our reputation as a parliament. It will take us a lot of effort to redeem ourselves. But I know that Ghanaians can forgive, and they will forgive us. But going forward, let us be decent when we are doing the vetting. It is not right to spend 3 hours, 4 hours
questioning a nominee. It is not right. It provokes a lot of people. I'm not saying we shouldn't ask nominee questions, but let's be moderate in our approach. I can understand the passions and the anger informing the decision to continue, even though today you have done so well. Indeed, today you had scheduled to vet 3 people. You agreed among yourselves and then made it 4. Then you agreed among yourselves and you extended it to 6. Unfortunately, the development now makes it difficult to continue and implement the agreement. So I am pleading with you, bear with us. We are ending proceedings and tomorrow we will continue. Meanwhile,
what if they come tomorrow and they do the same thing? Will you stop? They insisted that there will be no question. We can we decided
oh, please. You know where the instructions are coming from. I beg you. Please sit down. Oh, sit down. Please. So we are ending it. The leader of the house has spoken. So please, because the machines can no longer function, they've been destroyed. We'll look into that matter. And so we are adjourning to tomorrow at what time? 10 o'clock? We are adjourning to tomorrow at 10 o'clock. At 9 o'clock. So we are adjourning to 9 o'clock tomorrow morning at the Speaker's Conference Room. And we are cautioning the nominees. We are cautioning the nominees. The Speaker's Conference Room is small. There isn't enough space in the Speaker's Conference Room. So please, nominees, don't bring people because there's no space in the Speaker's Conference Room to accommodate the numbers that this conference room can accommodate. So thank you very much. Let's.
For me, we have to ask the relevant questions. You are aware that some of the nominees, we don't even questions. Where we have to ask the relevant questions, we will ask. Nothing will stop us from asking the necessary questions. It's not every nominee. Some of their nominees spend 5 minutes. NDC is always up to intimidating people. They think that they must always bully. We will not accept any bully. They can call us micro-minority. They can say whatever they want to say. We've been cooperating with them. Today we agreed to do 3. The clerk to the committee is a partisan clerk. She is a typical NDC. She agrees with them and then she advertises and informs people to come. All the practice has always been that Chairman Rankin would agree as to who and who will come. Yesterday, there was no agreement. The chairman was with me, no meeting. Then in the night, 10 p.m., the clerk advertised 10. This morning, my deputy was here. They had a pre-sitting. They agreed to 3. Later in the afternoon, they said 4. And then again, they said that, oh, let's compromise on 1 more. We said, okay, then he made it 5. Just as we finished the 5th, we realized that they've paraded several other nominees, dressed, and then they thought that we will boycott. We will not boycott. We will not boycott. We will not boycott.
But you will destroy the equipment.
I'm saying that we will not boycott. Thank you very much. What do you have tomorrow?
All right.
We've agreed. We agreed by consensus to take it up tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We have cooperated with them. We'll continue to cooperate with them, but will not allow ourselves to be bullied. It's as simple as that. And nobody can attempt to limit as to the number of questions we'll ask a nominee. Some of their nominees, they come begging, and then within 2 minutes, you are gone. For those that we want to take critical action on, you say we should railroad everybody. It cannot happen, please.
Abusiana de course ni binu no a na ni nyina mu no mosonfo dan kwasi prince ye de ni de akire a abusianya asem keto akure be koso de ni de akire ye betofo bi aba no ye be mahwefo na etiefo ahu mesere so ba wa subscribe wa share wa comment afi be a hwe free na abusiana no etumi akoso ayekese mekanfo retakona de ama se oye digital marketing expert reta ebe nam digital business so ache okwan obefa so aye digital business bi online digital business emu ode ubenya sika omre ode ane se fa eye reta number na start +32 no eye foreign number no WhatsApp ne test no friend ene ne monkomo obeto no boase achiro dwumadi ani so wabeka busu ekwe whoever you find yourself ene reta monkomo wadaji a obetumi ene wadi nkomo ewo adwumaku yi anase adwuma yi ehun visiting website da o screen so ne reta emonkomo ye from dan kwesi prince nyame ayadoma da se ne ye be send e hyemu biom makrawo